Hi friends, today we're going to work on dictating some words and a sentence to practice some of the rules that we've been working with. So I have created for us a page with some sound lines on it. You can look at these and use them to help you at home. You could use a plain sheet of paper, or you could just follow along with me and think about what letters we would use to spell the words in the sentence below. So the first word we have is the word bottle. Say that word, bottle. Good, and I'm going to use it in a sentence for you. I brought a water bottle with me to practice yesterday in case I got thirsty. So the word is bottle. So first we're going to pound the word into its syllables. So we're going to listen for the parts in the word. So we're going to get our hand ready. We're going to say the word bottle, bottle. Good, so there are two parts to that word. And we know when we're working with a consonant L-E word, we're listening for the sound that that vowel makes. So let's do that again. Let's pound the word bottle, bottle. And we hear in that first part, bot, that we have a short vowel. So let's try to spell that first syllable, bot. B, a, t, bot. And so what was the second sound we heard in bottle? We pounded bot, tull. Good, and how do we spell tull? We know that tull is a consonant L-E word. So there we have the word bottle. And now, after we checked it, we're going to write it correctly on the line right next to the word. So I'm just going to repeat writing that word right here correctly now. Bottle. Good, and remember, look at that vowel. We said that that vowel was a short O, or a short vowel sound, and that short O makes that short sound because it's closed in by that consonant. And so when we remove the consonant L-E, we have a vowel that's closed in by a consonant, making that vowel short. Bottle, bottle. Good job. Okay, let's try the next word. The next word is cradle. Can you say that word? Cradle. The baby slept in the cradle all night long. Cradle. Okay, let's pound that word. Cradle. So that word has two syllables or two parts. So let's work with the first part. Cray. So you can see by our lines here that we have a sound with two mini sounds. So in the word or in the part cray, we have k-r-a. So let's spell that part of the word. K-r-a. Good. Do you notice in this word, the A says its name? So we have a long vowel sound that we hear. So what's the second part of the word? Cradle. So how can we spell dull? Do you hear that that's a consonant L-E sound at the end of this word? Cradle. So let's spell it. Dull. There we have the word cradle. And remember, when we take that consonant L-E off, we have an open vowel sound. There's nothing closing in that vowel. There's no consonant left there. And that's why our vowel makes the long sound. So we have cray, dull. And let's write that now correctly one more time on the line right next to it. You can write it on the paper if you have one out in front of you too. Cradle. Good job. Let's try another word. Let's try the word staple. Can you repeat that word? Staple. Very good. The staple held the paper together. Let's break that word up into its parts, into its syllables by pounding it out. Stay, pull, staple. Let's spell the first part that we hear, stay. We can tap it out, S-T-A, and then we can spell it on the paper. S-T-A. And what's the second part of staple that we hear? Stay, pull. Pull. We have another consonant LE sound. Pull. And then we have the word staple. Let's write that correctly on the line right next to it. Very good. The next word we have is the word pebble. Pebble. Can you say that word? Pebble. I have a pebble in my shoe that's bothering me. Let's try to spell the word pebble. Let's pound it out first and listen to its parts and break the word up into its syllables. Pebble. Pebble. Now let's work with the first part. First part of the word we hear is peb. Peb. Let's tap that out. P-eb. Let's spell that on the line. Eb. Peb. And what's the second part of that word that we hear? What's that second sound in the word pebble? Pebble. Good. We have another consonant LE sound to end the word. Pebble. And let's write that correctly on the line right next to it. Pebble. Good job. Let's try some practice words that we've been working with, some rules and patterns in different units. How about the word spoil? Can you say spoil? The food will spoil if you don't put it in the refrigerator. Spoil. Let's pound that word. Spoil. It's a one-syllable word. Let's tap out the sounds we hear in the word spoil. 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 Let's write that word. Spoil. And I have to think, how do I spell oi in the middle of a word? Is that correct? OI says oi in the middle of a word? That is correct. It could also say oi in the beginning of a word. So let's rewrite that word on the line right next to it. Spoil. Nice job. The next word is drain. Drain. Can you say that word? The water went down the drain in the shower. Drain. Let's pound that word. Drain. It's a one-syllable word. Let's tap out those sounds. D-er-ain. Drain. And let's write those sounds on the word, on the lines. Der-ain. Drain. I used the AI vowel team because I know AI can say A in the beginning or in the middle of a word. And now I'm going to write it on the line completely. Drain. Good job. Here's our sentence for today. The sentence is, the snake can wiggle in the jungle. Let's say that together. The snake can wiggle in the jungle. Let's try to spell that sentence. The snake can wiggle in the jungle. Jungle. Here's what I have. The snake can wiggle in the jungle. And you can see on the side of the paper, we have our cops written here. And this is how we check to see if our sentence looks correct. So let's look at the C first. If you need a few more moments to finish spelling your sentence, you can pause this video at any time. So remember that in the word cops, C stands for capitals. So did I start my sentence with a capital? Yep, it looks like I did. So if I started with a capital, I know I can cross out the C because I did that. The O in cops stands for order. Do I have all the right words in the right order? Does the sentence make sense? The snake can wiggle in the jungle. Yeah, I do. I have all my words and they make sense. They're in the right order. How about my punctuation? Do I have a period, a question mark, or an exclamation point in this sentence? Did I show that the sentence is ended? No, I didn't. So I need to add a period right here so that I can show that it's the end of my sentence. And now I have my punctuation, so I check that. And the last thing I have to look at is my spelling. The snake can wiggle in the jungle. Well, I'm looking at the word wiggle and jungle, and I think I did a pretty good job on those words that we were working on. I know that this I is a short I. It makes the I sound, so I know that it has to be closed in by a consonant. So I did that before I added my GLE ending. So I have wiggle, and jungle looks good. I did the same thing. I know I have a short vowel sound, and it's closed in by the consonant. So when I take the GLE off, I have jungle. So I think I did okay with those words. Snake looks funny to me. Let's just take another look at that. Snake. Sn. I have the blend right. A. Well, I know AI can spell the A sound, and I know it can do that in the middle of a word. But that just doesn't look right to me. I'm going to try to spell it another way and see if it looks different. Snake. This time I tried it with a silent E at the end, where the silent E makes the A say its name, snake. And I think that looks right to me. I've seen that word before. So I'm going to leave it like that. Now I checked my spelling. The last thing I'm going to do is rewrite this sentence on the line below now that I checked all of my work. Let's do that. The snake can wiggle in the jungle. There we go. The snake can wiggle in the jungle. And before I finish today, I'm going to read these words down the list and practice all the work I've done. So let's read these words back to each other. So the first word we spelled was the word bottle, cradle, staple, pebble, spoil, drain. Great job, everyone.